doesn't like her shenanigans. I did a video on Emancipation Media where he was saying, you know, her only goal really is to get discovered, right? She wants to be famous, I guess. I don't know. She might have aspirations to be an actress or something. Joe Biden, from what we understand, he's got a talent agent now. So maybe she's trying to follow his footsteps. Well, dun, dun, dun. Sholdon Daniels was talking a whole lot of good stuff. Everybody's like, yeah. You know, the gold Sholdon, he's a great challenger for, Jasmine. And then he takes to his Twitter and he posts the following video. Y'all ready? Here we go.
Talk about reparations in my comments. Folks asking over and over, they won't leave me alone about it. I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying this, but I don't support them. I don't support reparations, and here's why. First, who would qualify? None of us today were ever slaves. None of us today were ever slave owners. There is no fair way, no realistic way of really trying to determine who would get what. And if we're being real, the government has already spent billions on social programs over the years, and it hasn't created or built any wealth in any community. It's just made people more dependent on the system. So instead of a one-time check, I'm about like long-term economic empowerment. Lower taxes so small businesses can invest. They can hire a kid, give him his first job, right? School choice so our kids get a real education. They can graduate knowing how to read. Safer communities so I can build generational wealth and invest in my community without being afraid somebody's going to burn it or take it. I'm about moving forward, not looking back. I believe in opportunity, not handouts. I want to build something that lasts. And reparations doesn't do any of those things. And so, you know, I'm running to represent all the people in TX30. A lot of people in TX30 are not black. I would be remiss and I would be a terrible, terrible representative if I was dead set on something that's going to harm most of the people in my district. And so I don't support it. I'm sorry. I don't support it. If that hurts you or offends you, I welcome you to, you know, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. But I don't support it. Let me be clear.
Okay, so let's remove Mr. Daniels there. Okay, so remove him. Okay, so just to kind of recap, he says who would qualify? Well, we know who would qualify. It's descendants of slavery, right? It's us, you know, who have direct ties to slavery in America, right? Our ancestors were slaves. And he says there's no slaves today. Ain't no slaves, you know. And then he also goes on to say, you know, they've already spent billions on social programs, and if it was about throwing money at it, for lack of better words, then things would already be solved for Black Americans. Then he says he's in it for long-term economic power. He's about moving forward, and he doesn't believe in any handouts, right? And he says he's representing all the people at TX30. Now, that's District 30. That's the district that he and Jasmine are running for, I guess. And he says a lot of the people in my district aren't Black. Okay, we're going to get back to that in just a second. Then he says it will harm most of the people in his district. Okay, so I went and looked. I'm like, well, who's in District 30 there in Dallas? So it says 40% are Black, 36% are Hispanic. So it's about a 4% difference, 17% white, then Asian, and then all the other ones. And they're like 3 and 2%. So most of the people in his district, if he were to win, right, the one he's running for, is Black, right? So he says it would harm most of the people in this district. So he's running for everybody. And it's like, sir, so now you with the all lives matter stuff. Okay, now, not unusual for a Republican, right? Now, I was listening to a whole lot of his stuff, and he said he used to be a Democrat, but then he, you know, learned the error of his ways, and he is no longer. Okay, y'all ready for this? What changed Mr. Daniels' mind? Okay, now I'll look to see if these were legitimate, and they are. Now, first here, February 5th, 2023, he says, we're demanding reparations from all nations, states that participated in the institution of slavery that landed ADOS in particular stuck here in the USA. Then he also goes on to say, and peep how we're gaining all this ground in our fight for equity. Equality and reparations for slavery without surrendering our power to any political parties. We're bringing the change ourselves. And then, let me remove this really quick so we can see it. He says, Democrats won't even use the word reparations. They pretend it's a concept that's too difficult for them to understand or begin to address when it comes to Black people. And then he also said, the call for reparations is a call that is not going away anytime soon. It will only grow louder until nothing else can be heard. Okay? Again, what has changed Mr. Daniels' mind? Right? Okay, y'all saw it. I'm going to take it down. Because this wasn't that long ago, 2023, 2 years ago at this point. And so it's a relatively new conversation for Mr. Daniels. So why has he changed his mind? Did somebody get next to him and say, hey, boy, if you're running for the Democrats, you cannot be talking this reparation stuff. Now, of course, we know reparations is something that's due to us, because it was never paid. Y'all know the whole 40 acres and a mule conversation. We never got it, even though it was promised, it was taken away. But the slave masters, they ended up getting it, blah, blah, blah. Of course, y'all know about Jim Crow and all the Black Wall Streets and everything you can think of that's burnt down. And even now, again, we're hearing stuff about, the two twins in Georgia that were, for lack of better words. And so somehow he's gotten a change of mind. So in this conversation, today, we want to know why, who sent you, Mr. Daniels, because not too long ago, you was, yes, reparations for our peoples. And now, well, I don't believe in reparations. I'm for all the people and all this other stuff. Now, listen, okay? Jasmine Crockett, she's for study, right? And they kind of on the same lines, if you ask me, as far as the conversation. Although now, she's talking about, yes, she's for study, this, that, and the other. But we know that Jasmine Crockett is for the immigrants and all that other stuff. So if I lived in Dallas and I don't, listening to the clown, and y'all can fill in the book. Where's my little friend? God dog it, he's somewhere around here. Listening to the clown and the other one, I'm going to get it in just a second. I would sit on the couch. I'm sorry. That's not something, I wouldn't vote for neither one of them, because the other thing is very concerning about Mr. Daniels is you flip-flop like that. And then I saw him going back and forth on Twitter when people was like, okay, well, Black people, we're going to tell them not to vote for you. Well, it's not a majority of Black people in that district. So I was like, oh, that's how you coming, huh? Well, basically like, F you Black people. It ain't that many of y'all anyway, which also means that he is going to be tap dancing for everybody else but Black people, just like his homie that he running against. So 2 things. Who sent you? What made you flip? 3. And how are you any different than Jasmine Crockett, the clown? Donovan, and I'm going to get to you guys' comments.
Well, I'm going to answer one of your questions. And one of your questions is, why did he flip? If you know anything about politics, it's the money. It's the money. You cannot run. Okay, Demetra knows when I ran for office, and I couldn't understand this. I had to go in front of a Democratic board. Here he is. I had to go in front of a Democratic board, and they make you fill out this questionnaire to see if you're going to, go by this public line, right? And that's the side if they're going to give you money or not. If they're going to support you. And what it is money changed his mind. He sees that he has an opportunity. The Democrats are so unpopular. He sees he has an opportunity to make $100,000 a year, whatever. Because if you look at this guy's backstory, his backstory is a common backstory in the Black community. Dysfunctional family. He's in the streets. The military is his only way out. He joins the military. Gets opportunities there, takes the GI Bill, goes to college, blah, 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 right? So just like Jasmine Crockett, a lawyer, he sees an opportunity. Instead of making a couple thousand a case and have to go ambulance chase all around, he said, let me get to the bag quick. I can just go ahead and do this. And here's my opportunity. And the political machine looks at the parameters. The best candidate to run against a Black candidate is a Black candidate, right? Because that way it ain't racial. So You got a black man and a black woman. But just like you pointed out, Demetra, for everybody that just saw, they're better off leaving Jasmine right in there. I mean, what's the difference? What's going to be the difference here? Jasmine ain't doing a damn thing for her constituents. At least he's outright telling you, I ain't going to do a damn thing for it. But what changed his mind is the fact that they threw a significant amount of money at him. Because in less than 2 years, you don't drastically change your thought pattern and your opinion that drastically, as if you were indoctrinated to believe that from the time you were little. In 2 years, sir. And again, if you guys go to my Facebook page, you get a chance. I sent him a X message and told him, you just lost the race, dude. You just lost, because there's no point in people voting for you when they've already got a do nothing representative in office.
Absolutely. I found my friend. He was hiding out. So Jasmine the clown and Sholdon the... Because what? Huh? You know what I mean? Like, I could respect if you standing on business, as the young people say, you standing 10 toes down, but them folks done got to them, and that's fine. It's fine, you know. But not too long ago, you was, you know, up with the peoples. Reparations for my peoples. You was Nat Turner Jr., you know. And all of a sudden, oh, I just don't, you know, I'm for all the people. Please. Anyway, let me get to these comments. See, Tyler says, shoot, he ain't no better than her. Ain't getting my vote. Need another. He says, Danny, and I, like y'all said too, they just probably need another candidate because those two ain't it. Easy, how you doing? Says they all the same. You hear this BS? Yep. Miss Sweets, what's going on with you? Affectionate Earth, how you doing? You says this dude is a, yeah. I tend to think Jasmine is more the clown, and this dude here is like, man, how much you sell your behind for, sir? You know what I mean? 30 pieces of silver.
Doesn't he kind of look like the Attorney General of Kentucky? Remember that, brother?
Cameron Daniels, is it Cameron Daniels?
Something like that. You know, white yeah, but you know what I mean? They look so similar. They sound similar.
They ain't his name Daniels? Cameron Daniels, I think.
I think so. But you see what I'm saying though? It's like they're all cut from the same cloth or something.
You might be on to something. Black Eyes,
how you doing? Easy says Daniel Cameron.
Okay, Daniel Cameron. Okay, I was about to say, I know it was close. Black Eyes, how you doing? He says he don't support reparations. FBA around the nation don't support him. It's just that simple, right? Which is why the Democrats ain't in office, because they kept on playing games. Candy, how you doing? Said he's a clown. Shauna, how you doing? Says he sounds crazy now. Yep. Jai Turkey, what's going on with you? Says when I first saw him, I said wait for it. Yep. Man, he spun around on his heels quick. Easy says he want an opportunity. He want opportunity, not handout. They got him. Yeah, right. Mindful Moments, how you doing? Says too funny. Exactly. A lot of people in his district are not black. Right. But then the majority are black. Daryl, how you doing? Says them folks get yearly reparations. The Red Indians get monthly reparations. Some of them squander the money. No one questions them. Why are certain black people conditioned to question reparations? Yeah, and then he said it's going to harm most of the people in his district. So what about the black people? We just keep getting kicked in the tailbone and love it? What do you mean? So we're supposed to just continue to just concede to everybody else not being harmed while we're continuing to be harmed?
Right. And Demetra, isn't it correct? We are 200 and something years behind in wealth compared to our white counterpart. So why wouldn't reparations be the great equalizer?
Yeah, you know, he talking all that jive, if you will. I want to say something else, but it's Sunday. Brother Reggie says, there you go. He ain't trying to lose that non-black vote. Yeah, but you know, I don't know. He gonna lose the black vote, just like the Democrats did, right? All right, let me skip down so I can catch up, y'all. And then I get right back to where it was. Key 5, how you doing? Says sound like Barack. Bobby Wobby, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yep, you got it right. Conscious Ether, how you doing? Says he's most likely is Caribbean. I think they're saying to his wife, maybe Nigerian. I don't know. She looked like she could be. I could be wrong. Yvette B, how you doing? He says it's funny. Everyone else could get reparations, but it's always a problem for blacks. There you go. And he said out his own mouth. Miss Sweet, she says, moving forward and handouts, shaking my damn head. That's what he said. K-Dog, how you doing? Says, wow, what's wrong with our black politicians? Neither one of them deserve our vote. That's why I said I'd just be up on the couch. The Mindset Makeover, how you doing? You said, so he told us his brilliant plan since he said nothing the government has done before has worked for us. So yeah, what are you going to impose now that's going to work since nothing the government has done has worked? You know what the government hasn't done? Pay reparations. That's what they haven't done. And Carl, how you doing? He says he can donate his share. Reparations is not only cash. Yeah, it's not only cash, but it's mostly cash, right? We want to check. Frederick, how you doing? Flash Cloud, you says just give us the direct cash payment and then we could talk about why you don't like it. How about that? There you go. MC Fact says America gives out handouts to groups and countries all day long, right? And Easy says he is in it just like Jasmine, self-gratification and pro-Zionist. Ha-ha. Mm-hmm. Myron, how you doing? Says at least the people in his district don't have to guess if he supports reparations after their vote. But yeah, after he was dying on the hill of, I do support reparations, and all of a sudden, listen, let me tell y'all something. That's all up in my comments. Wow. It's almost like he was mad. How dare y'all keep asking me about reparations? I'm here to tell you, like, who else said, let's be clear. That was Kamala. That's what he said at the end. So let's be clear. He don't support it. So get off of his back is what he's saying.
See, but this also goes back to the fact of how we have been mind controlled and everything's been flipped. We are in a representative government. We are in a republic, representative government. They work for us. But do you see how these servants act like we work for them and the way they talk to us? We have to show them by either having them unask those seats or don't elect them in to begin with.
Absolutely. Marcella, save me a plate. Salmon and salad sounds really good. Ooh, I am so behind. Hey, Monet, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. All right, let's see who else is on here, and then I'm going to catch up. I am so sorry, y'all. God Nasir, how you doing? It says the Native Americans get reparations. None of them was on a trail of tears or was around when Europeans were slaughtering them. It says them, the country of Israel gets reparations. Why can't we get reparations?
Right.
Because, yeah, I think because we have been signing up and lining up to vote for them regardless of what they do or do not do for us up until recently, right? So that's why they feel like, just give them a fish fry, some twerking, no voting, no vucking, and they'll just show up anyway, and we'll give them a study. Now they got an Ayanna Presley. She's taking up the mantle after John Conyers started it. Then Sheila Jackson Lee died with it in her hands, RIP to her. And then Ayanna talking about, I'm taking up the study, and we're going to get the study done. Listen, lady, I don't know where you've been, okay? And maybe you've been busy. We don't want to study, okay? We don't want that. And you're not listening, which is why the Democrats ain't in office right now, because y'all ain't been listening. So,
yep. And real quick, I just want to add, how many of you guys know the various Indian tribes get reparations? They have buried the Indian Bureau in the Department of the Interior, and that is the office that deals with Indian affairs. So the Indian Affairs was started right after the Freedmen's Bureau. So why is it that the Black Freedmen's Bureau got taken away, but the Indian Bureau is still here? And this is how they get their money. And of course they get that because they have standing treaties with us. But again, they get their casinos, they're on sovereign land, they're a nation within a nation, but they set them up to do that, and they bury that department in the Department of the Interior. But when it comes to the Freedmen Bureau, it can't be done. Why is that? But yet, do you guys realize since the late 60s, early 1970s, Black wealth has only grown 3%? 3% from that time. So that means there's a systematic genocide and economic genocide of Black people to put us back into slavery. Economically, they the thing of slavery in the physical case, come on, that's ridiculous. The economics of it.
Absolutely. Opal, how you doing? Hello to you and happy Sunday, and hello to everybody. I didn't realize how behind I am, so I'm going to catch up you guys, and then we can start from there. Brother Damon, what's going on with you? Hope you're doing well in California. I miss it so. Paradigm, how you doing? Says, well, he's definitely not an option for a vote. There you go. And then, my thing is too, they get so haughty and say, stop asking me. That's pretty much what he said, right? Y'all all up in my comment section keep asking me. I'm going to set the record right now. Let's let the record reflect. Yeah, I'm for all the people. My God. Thank you. Okay.
It's obvious he was raised by a single mother. And I'm not saying that as a diss, but I'm saying is when you hear men talk like that sassiness and that thing, real men don't talk like that. Because a real man, we look at our logic and we say, wait a minute, my people ain't getting nothing. We're going to get all this. That sound, like I said, what's the difference between him and Jasmine Crockett? She doesn't even wear a dress. But anyway, you know, there's no difference. But you can tell he's been raised by a single mother or a female. He had a lot of female background because he sounds just like when a real man's not going to talk like that. Get out of my comments. A real man ain't going to talk like that. We're going to come with logic. We're going to come with logic.
I'm going to keep reading. Hey, Scott, how you doing? He says, well, simply, he lost my vote. They never tell others to forget. Nope, just us, right? Absolutely, Felix. Benign neglect. That's exactly what it is. They all practice it. Hey, Al, how you doing? Let's see here. Michelle, what's going on with you, Sky Dancer? How you doing? Mindful Moment says the other 60% matters more. That's what he's telling everyone. Same old, same old. Yeah, I got it. But you know, he still need black people, right? And Al says, in a word where everyone could be bought, stay prices. All right, now come on. Lady So for real, how you doing? Long time no see. Raven, what's going on with you? Says, since Crockett and Daniels have no interest in a black agenda, the black folks should find a viable candidate, not black, and endorse them. What the black folks have to lose? You're absolutely right. Wild Williams, what's going on with you? Hope you're having a great day. Double A, what's going on with you? Says he's the same as Byron Donalds and J.C. Watts. Yep. God in the series says give cash and tax-free land. I'll take it. Richard, how you doing? It says black immigrants speaking for American blacks. Whenever you hear a black man or a woman speak the words no reparations, they are not American black. Yeah, I'm not sure what he is. I thought he was. I didn't know. He says he grew up in Texas, I guess Dallas. I'm not sure where, as y'all say, where his people from. But yeah, Lisa, what's going on with you? Easy says, D, let's be honest, the Black Caucus do not work for black people. Oh, no, you ain't got to convince me. Hey, James, how you doing? Says the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. Proverbs 13-22. Jacoby, what's going on? Says, well, this is a guy who failed to read the room. Unfortunately, he can't win without the black vote we gave him. And alley-oop, come on now. And all he had to do was dunk it. My God, he just swatted it away, right? And rolled it out of the zone, out of bounds.
Yep. All he had to do was keep his mouth shut about it, you know, and go about his business, and he would have won that district. But now that district's lost. And again, the Democrats, all this crying the Democrats are doing, isn't it funny how they're coming out now and they're admitting the reason why the Curry Queen, in the words of Roland's reviews, the Curry Queen lost is because she lost a third of that black vote. Now they're coming out and saying it. It was that black vote that cost her that election.
Yeah, we knew that, right? Big Tech, how you doing? Says he's not FBA. Look at his face. He definitely is a tether. And Sheila Jackson Lee, no rip to her. Cool, right? I don't know, I'll be jacking it up, but how you doing? Says laugh out loud, we hear it. Let's see, I gotta skip down, y'all. Beverly White, I'm saying hello to you again. Says the migrants didn't get a study, they got money. Yep, just right off the rip, right? Buckhorse, how you doing? Welcome, Sean. What's going on with you? Says APAC got to him. It's possible. Michelle, he says no study. We know studies. Charles, what's going on with you? Who else is on here? GP, how you doing? Says just got here, but I think we have far much division and infighting as a people for our reparations to pass. Other races have gotten things done politically, but unifying, I'm just saying, I can dig it, but we're starting to get on the same page. I promise y'all I'm gonna swing back as soon as I catch up. Other, how you doing? Says Ruben. First, Kadesh, moon, not month. New Year, springtime, Risha, Shah, Anna, Mo, and chat. I don't know what you said, but I can dig it. Diane, how you doing? Opal, he says these Democrats politicians are so arrogant and entitled to think and believe that FBA people are going to support them for nothing. The black vote is not free anymore. Whoever is going to do something for us gets our votes. Come on now. Mindful Moment says many black Democrats will just switch sides, become Republicans, and run on that ticket to stay in office. Both don't support reparations, domestic policies change, which will get them back in. Absolutely. Antoine, how you doing? Says Sholdon Daniels actually said the quiet part out loud. No reparations. I'll gladly take my vote elsewhere. There you go. Gloria, how you doing? Cooking with Miss D. How you doing? Mad Dog, what's going on with you? If I didn't already, Facts Not Feelings, how you doing? Brother Samuel, how you doing? Hope you're having a great Sunday. Says we been educated rather in a white supremacy educational system that have put their mind in black people to justify why our reparations don't support it. Absolutely. And he's just going along to get along. Brenda, how you doing? Says him and Jasmine Crockett, they're all the same cloth. Yep. Keziah, how you doing? No, you on time. It's me that's behind in these comments. Oh, I think I caught up. Let me see. Almost. Give me 1 second. I thought I did. Okay, yes, I did. Okay, here we go. Miss Sweet says, Donovan, did you run for a local common council this election?
No, I haven't ran for office in almost 10 years. And the reason why I don't do that, I live in a town that's mostly Hispanic. If you're white or black here, good luck getting in office. Good luck. But if you happen to get in office, you better be doing a lot of bootlicking or a lot of D stuff, and or you're, the alternative. There's no way you're going to get in my town. You're going to have to do that. There are no strong black men on my city council. We have one black woman, but she's the get along type. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And I also found, being a political agitator, or whatever you want to call me, I'm more powerful on the outside than I would have been on the inside. Because then Dimitri will tell you, what I say now, they listen, because they don't want that. They don't want that smoke.
Black Wall Street TV, how you doing? He says it appears he is controlled opposition to make Jasmine look better to black folks, especially if he used to be a Democrat and now Republican, likely Neely Fuller said. He says white folks like playing both sides. Yeah, that's a real possibility, because how is it on one hand, he was down for the peoples, for reparations, and now all of a sudden, let's be clear, y'all coming up in my comments, ask me about reparations. I do not support it. So yeah, that's very plausible. Indeed. Meska, how you doing? Says, hi, everyone. Let's stop ignoring the fact that all skin folk ain't kin folk. That part. Easy says, Black Caucus is sabotaging reparations. Yeah, with this study. Right? Rootman, how you doing? Says, check his bank account. He has been bought out already. Have to be, because why you just spin up on your heels like that? Dwayne Williams says, if Trump cough that $5,000, the Democrats will have a hard time getting black votes again. I would venture to say most votes again, right? So yeah, Mad Dog said the NAACP and the NBC is not for us. Okay. Yep. King Shaw, how you I think I said hello to you, but I said again. It says 2026 and 2028 elections are going to be interesting. Very, yeah, because there's people on both sides who are just mad, right? They're like pissed. Juggernaut, how you doing? And Raven said, Demetri Donovan, who was the black lady y'all interviewed a few months ago, who is a huge leader of the Black reparations, and what state she from? Wasn't she from the state of Texas? Georgia. That's
Georgia. Lee Johnson.
Yeah, Tamara Johnson. She Johnson. Yeah. Yeah. She was running against Ralph Warnock. I guess she's going to run again. She came, she got a pretty good amount. So I think she'd have a great chance next time around. But I think he's in it for 6 years, if I'm not mistaken. So he's got
6 years. And she probably won. But as we know, in elections, shenanigans do happen.
Yeah. Rome, how you doing? Says, don't give a damn if these politicians are Republicans or Democrats, independent, black, white, Latino, male, female, or LGBT. Says if they don't support reparations, let their political careers die on that issue. Yeah. And what does it got to do with us at this point, right? LaShawn, how you doing? He says it's truly heartbreaking taxation with no representation. Yep. Missions, Visions, how you doing? Bakari, what's going on with you? James, thank you so much for the donation. Love and appreciate you. Says superior topics. Sister Demetra, you're my one and only. Here's a Barry White song for you. Love making music. All right, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Miss Wee says definitely can make a more positive, productive, and prosperous change from the outside, Donovan. Oh, yeah. Because when you get on that diet, you kind of got to be shut mouth a little bit more than you were. Antoine says that sounds a little Holly weird, Donovan. Mad Dog says no reparation, no tangibles, no legislation, bills, no vote. Yep. King Shaw says
and I want to add this real quick. And I noticed something that that young man said in his video. You guys, only in the black community are programs considered reparations. Reparations could only be cash payments. So if they came out with a program and said, we're going to give blacks free education, Demetrius already got an education. I've already got an education. So you've just denied me reparations. I've already got a house. Demetrius already got a house. So a lot of you guys have already got a house. See, so these are the games that they play. Everybody else, they give them cash money. When the Asians got their money and the descendants who were never intern got their money, the government didn't say, we're going to give you guys, and I hate to be stereotypical, dry cleaners. We're going to give you Asians a bunch of dry cleaning stores. They didn't do that. They said, here's your money. Have a nice day. It can only be cash reparations. Only in the Negro community do we sell the BS about programs. Show me a government program that has been successful for anybody in America. They start a housing project. What happens to it? It becomes a ghetto project. They keep you on this. They keep you on that. It doesn't work. Give us our money and let us go like you're doing for the Indians right now, the Indians Bureau. Give us our stuff, set us up, give us our monthly check, and let us go on about our business. We understand you don't have $17 trillion right now. We're willing to take a payment plan. How many of you guys wouldn't mind getting, I don't know, $50 million a month? I could work with that.
I think I can make that do. Mama T, what's going on with you? Says that since the floodgates of immigration says there's less than a quarter of the population that are FBAs, we have to stick together. Yeah. And we're starting to do that even more so, right? Especially after this last election. We're really kind of just realizing we got. Brother Damon says cash payment and tax-free status. Yep. Dwayne says you can never have too much money. I think what you said. I see he says reparations only. Yep. King Shaw says we got to go under the tables and force the Republican cards and see if they can do reparations of some kind or free tax federal for 250 years. Yeah, that would be nice too. Mad Dog says it's sad that black people will have to accept that mess. Also, he says the Gentiles world domination is over. Come on now, if you know, you know. Miss Sweet, she says the sky is definitely not falling, Chicken Little. Mad Dog says redlining. Why? He says many Black Americans don't know who receive reparations. Okay. Dwayne says you can never have too much money. Got you. Child of God, how you doing? Says programs are so the Black leadership industrial complex can get their hands on the money. And that's what I think they've been doing, right? Mama Debbie says my family will take a payment plan. Mine too. Everybody saying, yep, that'll work. Let's see who else came on here. Ivory, how you doing? He says money, land, and tax-free status, sovereignty, just like the so-called civilized tribes. Yep. Bakari says Sholdon Daniels is against my interest. Yeah, and he's blatant about it. Like, see, that's the part that really, out of all that, disturbs me, because they have that attitude like, what you gonna do about it? Yeah, I said it. I'm not for reparations. What you gonna do? I still expect for you to show up and vote, because I'm gonna throw all this nonsense that nobody cares about, all these social programs and this, that, and the other. And you know, we don't want that. We get reparations, we can make our own social programs. We don't need that. And we need it, but that's not reparations. But just to be up there like, I said what I said type of thing, you understand? You know, just getting lockstep with what I'm saying. But yet you kowtowing everybody else by telling Black people to kiss your behind. That's what you're doing. It's like, man, and he's 38, and I don't want to say he's young. Actually, he's the right age to be doing that job, right? 38, that's who should be doing the job now. These old suckers need to get up. He's about the right age, but you're going in there half-cocked, sir. You're going in there thumbing your nose at Black people. You need Black people, especially if the majority of people in your district is Black. Because while you may depend on the other people in your district, if Black people, even just some of the Black people, sit out, and let's keep it a buck, in congressional races or state and local, whatever, that turnout ain't all of that. It's not like it is on a federal level. So he's working with, I don't know, in some cases, what, 20% of the people show up to vote, if that, in state and local elections. So it's like you getting a little too snazzy too soon. You know, but to be sitting up there talking to Black people like that, my question is to him is, who do you think we are? We already showed you this last election that we ain't for play. And here you are thinking that you're going to try to reinvent the wheel like the Democrats did. And now they going all around the country screaming and hollering on every TV program that'll let them, because Elon and Trump is doing what they're doing. Republicans are sitting back and watching them and letting them do it because the Democrats wanted to play with everybody. And here goes Sholdon Daniels thinking, oh, I'm Teflon Don. Yeah, you'll see. You ain't.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, once they get rid of him, it'll just be another 2 years to deal with Jasmine, and then they will get rid of her.
Right. And I think she was dangerously close to losing her job till this joker opened his mouth. JD, how you doing? He says, show no reparations for FBA peoples. He says, then no reparations for Jews, red natives, and Japanese. Well, they ain't already got theirs. We ain't got ours, right? Troy, he says, they didn't have $17 trillion because they keep giving it away to countries like Ukraine. Come on now. Yep, Mike
right.
says,
but again, I wouldn't mind payments, and let's just go with the standard. We want our payments with interest on top of it, like they would if you were back in child support or whatever, if you owed money to somebody. Just give us our payments and we'll put some interest on like the banks do. No problem.
Eddie, how you doing? It says only in the Black community are there people speaking openly against us and against reparations. This is a curse of sellouts in our race and in Africa, unfortunately, right? Terry, you says money is what's needed. Cut the check or no vote. Come on now. Rose, how you doing? Says bring me my money like Ronnie from Players Club, right?
Yep.
Hey, did I say hello to you? If I didn't say hello, how you doing?
And if programs are so damn successful, the DEI was a program. Who benefited from that? White women. What was the program in the 70s and the 60s? The affirmative action. That was supposed to be for us. Who benefited the most from that? Everybody else but us, mostly white women. So we already know, they're not messing with our grandparents. They're messing with a new breed of Black people who most likely have gone to college in some capacity and have a bit more of an education than a sharecropper's education or just a minimal high school type situation. So stop playing with us. These programs do not work. We know they don't work. Run us our money. That's all we're asking for. We're not asking for anything else. Give us our money. If you don't have it in full, we will take payments and interest on top of that so that it will descend down to our descendants and everything else.
Absolutely. And why he says we can't allow 100 Black men, NAACP, and other groups to speak on our behalf. No, because they speak on everybody else's behalf. They do not represent us. And listen, if you know anything about the NAACP, their inception, who was the founders, then they always got to be all up and around us, right? And even Malcolm X said we have to ask why they want to be in control of our stuff, why they got to be involved in everything that we're doing, right? So they can make sure that we don't get too, awake, if you will. They want to keep us at the precipice of hope and change, right? Just keep them hopeful and that change will come, and don't give them nothing else, because the last thing we need them to do is wake up and unify and take their money out of our hands, rebuild their communities and say, nah, we got it from here. Thank you. We don't need, that's the last thing we need, right? So they keep the 100 Black men, NAACP, like I said, Congressional Black Caucus and all these other groups, in the pay. They get the white envelope to keep Black people, we shall overcome. It wasn't Al Green that was on the Breakfast Club not too long ago talking about why they were singing during the Trump's when he was speaking to Congress, when they were saying USA. He said we should have been singing we shall overcome. It's like, are you for real? This is 2025, sir. This is not 1825, So absolutely.
Well, I've got something to say. We fall down, we stand up. We fall down, we stand up. That's our Black leadership. That's the kind of stuff that they're doing.
You talk about that lady that was running for the DNC chair. It's like, lady, are you for real? That's embarrassing.
She wasn't just a lady. She was Dr. whatever her name was, with that foolishness.
And they allowed it. Miss Sweet says, who's voting on April 1st? Class is in session. What's April 1st? Because they cue me in. Maybe.
Yeah. And also the NAACP and the CBC, have you guys noticed those organizations have been infiltrated by first generation or maybe, second generation immigrant people? most Black people are not in the NAACP or the CBC anymore. It is mostly migrant descendants that are now in it. This is why they cape so hard for immigration in those organizations.
Oh yeah, I mean, hell, they should have let Rachel Dolezal stay up in there. At least she was trying to do something for Black people, you know. But they got that lady. And of course, y'all know Rachel Dolezal was a white lady who was, you know, saying she was Black. She was trans Black, I guess transracial, or whatever the case is. But hell, they should have left her in there. At least she was doing something. All these other NAACP people, they sitting up there. Wow, we gonna help everybody because what we do is help everybody, you know. And she was like, getting in the streets, Martin, and you know, me and Donovan, we studied Rachel, you know, and I'm not saying what she did was right. It wasn't. It's wrong. It was wrong what she did, you know. However, you know, NAACP was started by white folks, so she could have just said, "Hey, I'm a white woman, you know, power to the people," or whatever the case is. But yeah, they got her out of there with a quickness. But like Farrakhan said, he admonished Black women. He said, "Listen, y'all mad because she is cosplaying. I'm paraphrasing, a Black woman." He said she just went in the back alley and picked up what y'all throwing away, your hair, your skin, and you know everything. So she just picked it up. Since you don't want it, that's another conversation. Let me keep on going. Allie, how you doing? It says, "Hey guys, the Democrat days of leading us by the nose is over," like MLK said, who was a Republican, said we're coming to get our check, and it's been 60 years. Haven't we smelled the coffee yet? Yeah, and I looked on Sholdon Daniels' his web page. I guess, you know, he's running. He said he's a student of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. It's like, if you don't knock it off.
Well, you know what? That's kind of strange, because POS Corey Jackson, he calls himself the Martin Luther King, the little Martin Luther King Jr. of the California Assembly. He runs around with the African dashiki, y'all. This man knows nothing about Africa. It runs around with the African dashiki. That shows you how they try to play into the "I'm one of y'all." And Demetra gave me the greatest idea. Remember in Uptown Saturday Night when Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby go to the congressman? That is Corey Jackson in my city. He's like, the guy was totally fake.
Are they? What are they? Well, they're Black. And he turns the picture around. He puts on this dashiki. He puts on the the African music.
Right. Or for those of you that have not seen that, "I'm Gonna Get You Sucker." Remember when Keenan Ivory Wayans goes into the militant organization and he wants the 1,000?
Yeah. Dorothy says Jasmine is finished just like Joyless Reed. She has said too much. She's offended the masses with her birthday gift request. She had a birthday. Oh, I don't even want to know what it is. I'm scared. Enlighten, how you doing? It says, "Hey, Demetri and Donovan, I want to cash my cash reparations in one lump sum because I don't trust this country to keep its promises over time to us based on our history with this government." Yeah, you know, another administration coming and talking about those reparations. We stopping that. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. Mama T says these politicians are too cocky for me. Yeah, you know, with Black people, they always want to get froggy with Black people for some reason, but we be leaving though. Child of God says have to stop saying Black people and start saying freedmen. Okay, I can dig it. Daniel, did I say hello to you? If not, hello. Buckhorse says, "Amen. We're not gonna bow down, period." Nope. Star Child, what's going on with you? Says also tax-free and no taxes from this day forward. We need a protected card, just like the fake Native Americans. Okay. Mindful moments.
The only problem with that is it would be challenged in court because that would be discriminatory. We have to pay taxes just like everybody else.
Right. Mr. Frank, how you doing? Long time no see. Says, yes, for real. New breed of Black people. We need to demand more because we are being replaced by Mexicans. We recreated as a number 4 at this moment, economically and socially. So he says we're at number 4. Got you. And long time no see. Root Man, he says, could be a setup to get Miss Crockett elected. Yeah, that's true. Salam, how you doing? Says Jesse is about to die. What? You talking about Jesse Jackson? Let's keep Jesse alive. Mama Deb, he says we need to go to President Trump now and assure him that if he gives us reparations, we will keep the Republicans in office forever. Yeah, I mean, good luck. Cynthia says here in Michigan, We're having a big governor's election race coming real soon. My first question and town hall meeting with the candidates will be concerning Flint, Michigan's water crisis and affordability water rates for all Michigan residents. I'm not playing with them. Yeah.
Wait, isn't there a governor known as what's her name? Big Wit or
Big Gretch?
Big Gretch.
Big Gretch. Yeah. But yeah, it was since 2014 at least, right? The water has not been improved. The water situation, of course, you guys know about, the water in Michigan, Flint, Michigan, where they
Obama drank it.
Huh?
Obama drank it.
He told you he drank it. That was some Evian, boo. Okay. That was Evian poured up in the cup and he swigged it around. Okay. No, damn well you ain't drink that water. Opal says, I agree with you, Donovan. This generation of FBA voters are politically educated, intelligent, progressive, sharp, and woke. They aren't going for these politicians' BS. Absolutely. Shan, how you doing? Says, hey, Demetri and Donovan, how are you doing today? How far to the bathroom with my sister, just eating and having fun? What? We're doing well. How about yourself? GP says, there was a power surge in my neighborhood. Says, my lights and internet just came back on few minutes ago. What did I miss? Nothing. And where do you? I know you in Houston. I hope I don't have one. Greater achievements. How you doing, Jesse? What's going on with you? Let's see. CJ says, right. We had a little involvement in the founding of the NAACP and most of the HBCUs, and I went to an HBCU for undergrad. Yep, that too, right? A lot of them named after folks.
Yeah. Let me explain this to you guys real quick. In 1980, Ronald Reagan, and I put this on my website it's an old video of Ronald Reagan talking. He compromised with the Democrats that if he gave amnesty to about 3 million illegal Mexicans, and most of those Mexicans were in California. Most of them were on the West Coast. They were in California. The Democrats were supposed to build a wall to stem the tide of immigration. And the Democrats stymied and, hooed and hawed. And then eventually they said, oh, it's just going to cost too much to build the wall, whatever. And Ronald Reagan in his memoir said that's one of his biggest mistakes is to enter into that agreement to do that. So with this mass opening of the floodgates of immigration, did you guys notice when Reagan was governor of California, California was a Republican state. But ever since he signed off to this compromise thing, California is now a bastion of Democrat states because of those Mexicans that live in this area, right? That came and flooded into this area. So what the Democrats are doing, because if you really ask yourself, you're saying, why is it that all of these Democrats are just okay with this illegal immigration? And I would sit there and I would think about it. So I did some research on it. And what it is just like they did here in California, they want to stimmy and holler and delay as long as possible, get as many people in here as possible so that they can have one party rule. That is what the end game is. If you flood the zone enough, it's going to be one party rule, just like what happened here in California. And that is the end game.
Absolutely. And thank you, everybody, for the donations. Love and appreciate you for that. Sylvester, thank you so much. And somebody else, let's see. Who was it? Y'all got a lot of comments. Mama T, thank you so much. And everybody else, love and appreciate you for that. Let's see. Skip on down so I could catch up, which I don't know if I will. Keep hope alive. Troy says, that's right. It can't get no righter. Chris Tucker. Hey, Brother Perry, how you doing? Mr. Norris, what's going on with you? Says, if we ain't got nobody to vote for, stop voting for any Black Democrat. I'm done with all of them. He says, we never have anybody but bought and paid for Blacks running. You're absolutely right. Tanya, it says, and we don't want to hear another damn word about them saying doing a study. They don't need a study for, I say anybody else. You're absolutely right. CJ says, I shouldn't have said leader because he ain't leading anything. Carrie says, work with the creator and then we'll get our reparations. I totally agree with you. Dorothy says her birthday is March 29th and she has asked people, this is Jasmine Crockett, to take Elon Musk down for her birthday. Then she tried to clean it up by saying she is not promoting violence. Man, she better sit down before she get in trouble. That's what she need to do. Go back to when she was a Valley girl. That's what I think she's safer. Troy says It's somebody get Dr. Umar on the phone. Okay. LaShawn says, we take gold and silver. Yep. Black Isis says, I want my reparations, a monthly check. So therefore I may just be able to stay on the lower tax bracket. Got you. But yeah, I hear you. But you never know. Brenda says, yeah, that's right. One lump sum. Okay. Rock Bush, how you doing? Long time no see. Says those needs to pull up on the CBC. You never know. They might be next. And all of them for, that matter. Oh yeah, they ripped George Foreman. Yes, he passed away the other day. Yes, RIP to him. Hey, Sunlight, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. King Shaw says if Trump does reparations, the Democrats should be super embarrassed. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be a stretch, I think, if he were to do it, but I don't know. Stranger things have happened, right? Frederick says we're being replaced by Latinos in general, but Mexicans are leading the charge, and with their way they've gamed the system for birthright citizenship, ain't no stopping them now. Well, Trump is trying to stop them. Contra Ether says Obama drank some watered down Coke. Yeah, right. It was some very nice snazzy water. Let's see. Biz, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Who else is on here that I have not seen? And Antoine, I saw you, but he says Obama the water sommelier. You crazy? Yeah, he's rolling the glass around like, this is premium, the 1989. Okay. Win-win. How you doing? Says not only is voting Democrat insane, I won't be voting for a black candidate from either party for years to come. Well, damn. Tyrone, how you doing? Says, what's up, y'all? I'm definitely not feeling the non-support for reparations from this guy. Yeah, he didn't even bite his tongue. It wasn't him and a Han. He was straight to the point. Cynthia says, AKA Big Gretch is chilling now. She's preparing for her next level up in her political career. I wonder what. She might be trying to run for president. Her and Kamala, Russell, how you doing? Says, shouldn't FBA's Freeman start our own civil human rights organization since the NAACP does not serve us? I can dig it. Totally. Yes. Denise, how you doing? Says Obama didn't drink crap. Well, he didn't drink the water, everybody. He was telling everybody else to drink. That's for sure. All right. All right, GP, take care. James just says Governor Westmore for president. You like Westmore? I don't know. Jay Legend, how you doing? Says immigration is actually hurting FBA economics, culture, and history here in America. Absolutely. Sylvester, he says, love y'all both. Two best duo in the Black First family, and my first time being able to give any platform that is about FBA and NBA. And he says, I appreciate your continued content. Well, thank you. We love and appreciate you for that. And y'all, keep coming back, as we love to have a conversation with y'all, because that's what it is, right? It's a conversation. Lovely. How you doing?
Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. That tells the algorithm that you guys like the program, and it shares the program out into the algorithm.
Yep. Lovely. What's going on with you? He says he will be the next Brandon Johnson 4.0. I could see that. He says at least Johnson played the game until he became mayor of Chicago. But guess what? He ain't gonna get reelected again. I saw he was other day he was on a basketball court in a suit. It's like, if you don't sit your funny looking self down somewhere. Okay. The gig is up, man. The gig is up. Don't try to bring it back to the hood now, acting like you down with the people when you was up with the immigrants. You knock it off.
Have you guys ever asked yourself, where do these people come from? How come we are not getting the unapologetic best candidates and representatives to represent us and our interests? We get these little nerd dudes or these people that cosplay as Black, and they have no love for us whatsoever. And they sit on these seats, only in the Black community. They sit on these seats until they are deleted.
Which is sad. Hey, Tia, to you. And Agent Black says, got off early today and made it. Good to see y'all. We're glad you made it, because I think normally you be on your lunch break or something like that. So we're glad that you're able to catch us for the next, 10 minutes that we're here. Time went by so fast. Oh my God. Our son, how you doing? Says, hey, Demetri and Donovan, happy Sunday to the rest of you. I hope you all have been well. No complaints. You know what I did for the first time in a very long time today? I took a nap. I was like, I'm going to watch some TV today. You know what I watched? I watched another documentary on Charles Manson. And I'm like, they're supposed to be telling me some stuff I ain't never heard and seen before. I'm like, I know all this. And in the meantime, I dozed off. I was like, damn, I slept for like an hour and a half, which is rare for me.
Well, if you wouldn't stay out late at night with your friend, you'd be nice bright-eyed and bushy-tailed?
Homie, I was in the bed like by 7:30. Okay, 7:30, and that's late for me because lately I've
And
been
you
in
guys
bed.
went to go see Snow White, right?
Yeah, I was in the bed early. Okay, as I usually am. I've just been tired. I think I'm getting old or something. I went to the gym and I worked out kind of hard. I don't know. I'm just tired, bored.
Hey, Perry Dunham brings up a good question. I think I wanted your opinion on this real quick before we get to Ravens. He says, bring on the segregation because I don't care. Donald Trump recently stopped segregation in federal contracts and stuff. What is your take on that, Dimitri K?
Oh, Donald Trump stopping segregation in federal contracts. I don't know. I don't care. You know, I don't care. You know, this is all coming together beautifully. We've been told to separate for a very long time now, and now that's a federal level. You know, there are some laws that say that they still can't discriminate and be racist. But my thing is, how do you know? You know what I mean? But anybody running around crying about they won't let you come in a restaurants, and again, it's federal contractors or use their restrooms or whatever. Stick yourself, okay? Stick yourself immediately. Stop crying and whining to be around them people. And I was thinking about it today too. I said, you know what? When we separate, okay, because it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen. When we separate, don't be bringing that one white girl over. Because I remember back in the days when we used to go to the club. Donovan, we used to go to the club. How many of y'all been to the club and we up in there cabbage patching? Because that's when last time I was really up in there, right? We whopping. And you look over and there's one white girl in the club, right? I don't want to look in our village.
She's voguing. She's voguing.
Yeah. I don't want to look in our village and see that, okay? So we separation for real, okay? They got the white side of the club, and that's where she needs to be at, okay? But Keisha don't need to be up in the village.
Right. So let me ask you this. When people, because like I said, a lot of people don't understand because all they hear is the soundbite. They say, oh, Donald Trump, he wrote a rule for segregation. Oh, my God. Right? Even if that was true, even if it was true, I'm with you. Okay, that's great. That makes our job even better. Just let's separate with us because they need us more than we need them. So it's that simple.
Yeah, I really don't even care, to be honest with you. I mean, if you care, you should ask yourself why. What about you needs to be validated by them? That's what I would spend my Sunday afternoon doing if I were you. Ponder, why do you need to be around them?
Because I can't spend my money in their stores. I can't go to where they go. I can't live amongst them. I have to live amongst my own kind. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, them people can't come because we don't want to hear all that. They let them stay in purgatory, I guess. Why says Shy Town not playing with him. Right. Brandon Johnson said the gig is up. Yes, indeed, Dwayne. Mama Deb says these are immigrants with divided loyalty. Yep. Tori says keep hope alive, keep messy Jesse alive. You stupid. Barack insane Obama, aka the deporter in chief. Yep. OGX, what's going on with you? Says that guy didn't. He says the guy didn't black getting. I'm trying to read your comment. So I think he meant give. Okay, I'll read this part. It says blacks, they gave racist Ukraine 350, 140 to illegal immigrants. These mothers work for AIPAC and George Soros' Ice Cube plan will work. Yeah, Ice Cube had a plan as well, right? I got you, Rock. Got you. Cynthia says Mayor Mohawk is down for Chicago FBAs now. Yeah, he needs to sit down. Nobody believes you. Flash Cloud. And Corey, how you doing? Flash Cloud, he says, I've noticed that since the late 90s, Donovan, I never understood it either. Busy says they love Massa. AC says, can we call ICE on the Black Caucus? You crazy. FBA Queen, how you doing? Says Nestle pays next to nothing for Michigan groundwater. Thank you, Governor Gretch Whitmire. Michigan Flint is being subject to bad water and has been for a very long time. And the Democrats are talking about, oh, it's fixed. Y'all could drink it. Go ahead and listen. I live in Houston. And even when I was in California, I did not drink the water. Okay. I didn't. I got a garage full of water. I ain't drinking no sink water because I don't trust them.
Yeah. How many of you guys realize that our infrastructure, by the way, the Democrats passed under Joe Biden an infrastructure bill? Where did all that money go? I mean, there's a lot of money, our tax dollars, that is missing, that Doge is uncovering. This was supposed to be a $6 trillion bill, and nothing has been built. If you look at our infrastructure, especially when it comes to our water and our pipes and our sewage, a lot of that goes back to the 1800s. It hasn't been like upgraded. So we're in a bad situation, y'all.
And Reggie, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. Ratchet Crockett is the best. He says Ratchet Crockett better shut up before Pam Bondi get that A. Yeah, she the attorney general. She is not playing. But yeah, of course she had to, backstep. What I meant was, I didn't mean that now. It's like, see, you're too spicy. Your mouth is too greasy. You're just running your mouth saying any and everything, and them people looking for any and everybody to catch them up on stuff, and she's like Maxine Waters Jr. Go where they are in restaurants and, and disturb the peace and run up on them, and it's like, lady, come on now, you can't be telling people to do that kind of stuff, because people will take you literal and say, well, Auntie Maxine told me to do it. So yeah, Jasmine, she they gonna get her, because she's a little too greasy. Just a little too greasy in the mouth. Hey, Charles, how you doing? Love you too. Let's see who else is on here. We're about to get out of here. Steven says retirement is great. I love naps. I don't like it because now I'm gonna be up all night. I need to be asleep. I gotta get my broody rest. Yes, I said broody because at this age it's broody. It's not beauty. Okay. OGX says we need to cancel all CBC non-FBA, kick them out. 490 for illegal migrants. No study for that. Yep. Yeah, you think about it. Most of them are not, they don't have blood in the soil, if you will. Morgan.
Did they ever find out who brought the cocaine into the White House? Did they ever figure that out?
They said they didn't know.
All those cameras, anyway, go ahead.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, remember back in the day, they told you to follow the bouncing ball. Follow the bouncing ball, okay? One person that went to the White House a lot, whose daddy was actually the president, was a certified crackhead. And then one day, they find some crack in the White House. I'm just saying, I probably am wrong, but I doubt it. I just have to say that. But the crackhead is probably the one that had the crack. And also, whose daddy was giving out crack pipes when he first got in the White House as consolation prizes for you Negroes showing up to vote. Okay, he said, I was going to stand by you, and he handed out crack pipe kits. Business said segregation has already been going on before Trump. Yeah, the Koreans are segregated, Japanese, Chinese, the Indians, white people, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans.
New York City is the most segregated city in the world. All the different boroughs, the Jews have an area, the Dominicans have an area. So I'm just like, why is it that we are the only ones that holler and scream about being next to them folks?
We're programmed to do it, Charlie says, no problem with deprecation. We invest more in ourselves. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. Right now, I'm busting a sweat. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane how much I'm sweating. Oh, my God. It's terrible. Denise, you say, ain't no non-black, kind of black, almost black, looking black, ain't worth a hill of beans. Well, tell us how you really feel. Tanya says, and they aren't allowed at our concerts. Nope. You stay where you at. You go I'll be going to their concerts sometimes. So, man, it just depends, okay? I sit in the back. Easy says she chasing that wood. You crazy. She can't come to the neighborhood chasing the wood no more. So, brothers, you've been warned. And sisters, too. Brad can't come. Brad cannot come.
Wait. If the rent is due, we might need Brad to come over here and pay that rent.
Now, then Brad going to be owning the neighborhood, then y'all suckers going to be mad. Because that's what Brad is coming to do. He coming and looking at. Ew, I like that over there. Gonna come over there. And the other thing is this too. And we about to get out of here. In every Rosewood, Black Wall Street, damn near every black town that got burnt down was because of who?
Becky.
What was Becky doing there in the first damn place? That's all I want to know.
Just sitting there minding her business, smelling like sweet buttermilk.
You know what? You better stop. Let's think about it. Let's think about it. She shouldn't have been there in the first place. So we're not gonna repeat history. Okay, let her stay with her people, and we'll be all right. All right. So Pamela, how you doing? It says I saw Snow White movie. It was a good movie. Saw it yesterday. Hope you both are having a good day. Oh, is there a new Snow White movie? I didn't even know. Oh, Donna was just making up some. OG, thank you so much. Love and appreciate you. Says more non-FBA. He's for illegal immigrants. Yeah, I don't know. Just he don't jump out at me. You know, he sounds good, but what is he really talking about? You know, James says Karen looking for Mr. Goodbar. You better stop it. Brother Don says only one of us gets to live rent free in others' heads. Yep. Solomon, how you doing? He says who is Jasmine Crockett? Oh my God, you need to look her up, brother. Look her up. She's the one. Okay, maybe. Okay. Bad built body, butch, bleach, blonde. Does that ring a bell? Her. She's the one that says, "Oh, Trump. Oh, you mean Putin's how?" Her. The one that says, "We built this mother effer." And if that doesn't ring a bell, the one that was, they not like us, they not like us, they not like us, in the halls of Congress with her two staff that Elon gonna be looking at, talking about clearly they ain't got enough to do and they wasting taxpayer money if they got time to be dancing with rhythmless Jasmine Crockett up in the halls of Congress. Like, that's what you got to do with your time, lady. That's Jasmine Crockett. You're welcome. Charles says, as FBAs, it's our time and we're checking the paperwork on everyone. I can dig it. Steven says, I have not lost no sleep worrying about white people wanting separate everything. They already do that crap. I see no difference. Yeah, we already separated. We already are. Allie says, Donovan played the Twilight Zone theme. Corey said, you don't care either. Mad Dog says, we're going to deport Brandon Johnson back to where he came from. Right.
Yep, a good example. I'm here in the barrio now. This used to be a military community. I'm technically living in the barrio now. I have to speak Spanish in order to communicate with my neighbors. And they live in their own areas. The second biggest Vietnamese community in the world outside of Vietnam is Little Saigon in Orange County, California. People segregate, and that's just a human nature thing. We are the only group that wants to be around those folks.
So I'm like, now it's not refreshing for me because I wake up like tired. I almost didn't want to do the show today. I was like, ugh. Not because I didn't, I love y'all, but I was just like, well, I just go back and lay back down. That's what I want to do. But then I fought through it like Rocky did. Love
real quick, Marjorie Lemon says, Donovan Demetria, wow, I didn't get a single notification, but I love you too. You guys, what YouTube is doing is they are trying to stop these messages of us communicating among each other. So, go and check your settings. They will reset your settings. And, we're usually on at a certain time. So that gives you kind of a hint. But do us a favor, check your settings. They're doing this to all of content creators that are out there that are speaking a positive message and all that other stuff. To do me a favor before we get out of here, please go check out Roland's reviews, subscribe, become a member there. Check out Miss Sweet Talk, your average logical thinker. Who's the other one? Brother Reggie.
Brother Reggie, yeah.
Brother Reggie, OG Life in Japan. If you've got a page, shout it out here, and we'll have everybody go ahead and follow you and subscribe and become a member.
Absolutely. Let's follow. Yeah, Terry, follow the bouncing ball, So anyway, we're about to get out of here. I just want to acknowledge everybody I have not seen on here. Tidbits, how you doing? Since Chicago's already segregated. Everywhere he is, everywhere. Arson, you laughing at me? What I do? Agent Black says, I'm going to have to watch the replay. Yes, please. And thank you. Magnetic, what's going on with you? Says, what's up, Demetria and Donovan? Everything and nothing all at the same time. Mr. Norris says, even animals have sense enough to segregate, not us. Okay, you don't see antelopes hanging out with bears. It's us. You can't help who you love.
Well, my dogs hang out with my cats. Yeah. Of course, I had to train the dog to do that. If not, then he would have been chewing them up.
And they hang out with you, so they're very strange. All right, moving on down. Jesse says Denver is segregated too and surrounded by sundown towns. America is a sundown town, in case y'all haven't noticed. Denise says it was Hunter and he had some for dad to keep him awake. You crazy. Easy says the one with a head of weave. That's arson. That's Jasmine. Arson says actually segregation is the most underrated blessing there could be. People just can't see it. Oh, they'll see it eventually. Mama Deb says, yeah, about to get whooped by Marjorie Green. Yeah, that's who she is. All right, so let's see who else is on here that I have not seen. Marjorie, how you doing? It says, wow, okay, so you read that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get notifications for anybody either, so there's something going on. Jason, did I say hello to you? If not, hello. He says, in the animal kingdom, you don't see integration. Yeah, so I'm reading the comments Donovan already read. Cynthia, thank you once again. We love you too. Thank you for the donation. Says, my beautiful, brilliant FBA family. Yes, indeed. All right, who else is on here that I have not seen? FBA Queen, thank you so much. Love and appreciate you for the donation. Thank you, thank you. And thank you to everybody who's donated, like, subscribe, and everything in between. Cannot do it without you. Shell, how you doing? Says, I'm black and I don't want to be around them folks. Never did. Facts. Come on now. Sharon, how you doing? Says, I will watch the replay too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No reparation, no vote. What's going on with you? Let me see who else is on here, because I want to make sure I acknowledge everybody before we leave. Ian, or Ian, is it Ian? Sorry for the mispronunciation, but how you doing? It says, well, you can keep Mr. Sholdon at right where he is. Let's keep Jasmine because she's entertaining. Since she came out and said that, then he can stay where he's at. Yeah, we offer him. Juggernaut, how you doing? You say puke tube always. Subscribe me to those folks. I ain't never watched or like they got a problem with one content creators for sure. Yep, I can definitely witness that. So anyway, Sky Dancer, did I say hello to you? Says no notification. I don't know. I don't get them either. So I don't know. And our FBA Queen says, I'm in Chicago going to all mostly black neighborhood. All right. Arsa says, Dimitri, you had me laughing so hard at your crack comment in the White House. I'm just saying. Who else's crack would it be? I wasn't there. I didn't see him put it there, but I'm just like, I just would think it was him. Unless somebody trying to trip him up. Hey, Rodney, how you doing? So anyway, we about to get out here. Love and appreciate every last one of y'all. We'll see y'all on Tuesday unless Donovan got something else to do. If not, I will be here. He was missing an
jury duty is done.
Yes. And knock on wood, they might call me for here. They called me once, then they said your services, I didn't have to go. So anyway, y'all crazy. So anyway, we love y'all. We'll see y'all on Tuesday. I might try to come before y'all tomorrow since I still have some downtime if I don't get caught up in a nap or something. Anyway, peace.